Okay, so on Facebook I came across a company called Contemporary Collections that are based, actually I wasn't sure where they were based when I first saw them. I just knew that they had fabulous saris, designer saris, plain saris, designer plain saris, as well as some really heavy designer saris, and they were unusual. And the thing that stood out most was that they were reasonably priced, much more so than you would find in a shop. So I bought, no, that's not the whole story. I'll give you the whole long story. I was posting my comments on some of the pictures of saris that I thought were really nice. And I asked the question where they were. I didn't get an answer. But a couple of days later, there was a message, a status update to say that for a limited time only, the saris will be available to view in Wembley, which is, you know, really close to me. I live in West London, and Wembley is obviously West London. So I phoned up the lady and made an appointment. Actually, I didn't phone her, I just emailed and done it by email. Me and my mum went down one evening, that evening in fact, and we went down to have a look at the saris. Now the sari I really had my eye on, they didn't have there, but they had this other beautiful saris, and all of them wonderful, from plain saris to lehenga saris to suits. They had like a whole range of stuff, and the lady was really nice. I bought a sari in the end. This one was £150. I really like the sari bag because it's got a lovely clear panel so you can see what's inside it, but when it's stacked it keeps prying eyes away, and sometimes I don't want people to see what new saris I have if I haven't worn them. But obviously with YouTube videos now everyone knows what I've bought. But this is the sari. It's a gorgeous mass of colour, ranging from sort of a lilac-y pink to this sort of deep dull blue, and then it's got some antique gold brocade work, and then it's got this really, I'll come closer because you can't see a thing, it's got this really gorgeous border here, which is a little old-fashioned. I know my mum's got saris that she tried to give to me, which I refused to take because they're part of her wedding saris, but I think this is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous sequined antique gold. It's not quite antique, it's not new gold either, it's kind of midway, but it's really, really sparkly in a you know, it's bling without being diamante bling, if you know what I mean. It really does pick up. And then it's got, so this is the, I call it the old and new sari because this is quite traditional olden style work. Olden style meaning in my mum's heyday. My mum's not that old, but she used to love saris like this. And then as you open and get into the sari, it's got these beautifully embroidered bits to it. So there's so many aspects to the sari. And I thought for £150, this is flipping brilliant. Honestly, it really is. I would expect to pay something like £450 plus for a sari like this. It is very heavy, and I just fell in love with it, so I bought it. What I'm going to do first of all is pull out the blouse and have that made before I do anything with it. Open the blouse, and this is the start of the whole sari. You know how I always say you need to identify parts of the sari first, pull it out if you're not experienced. You look at the plainer side first, and you look at a part which has got a random piece attached to it, and you can clearly see this is the start of the sari. It's got a border here that, you know, you could mistake for the part that goes over the shoulder, but in fact the border doesn't go all the way up on either side. It doesn't cover this whole length here. So this would be the back piece of your blouse, and that's what you would have made into the back piece of the blouse. And then it's got this short piece here, and you'll find a matching one on the other side there, and that would be for your sleeves. So it's got this gorgeous brocade contrasting blouse, and then it's got this random stitch piece here. So this is where you would detach the blouse from the main body of the sari. And as I move along, you can see that the sari is plain on top where you would tuck into the sari. It needs to be plain because no one's going to see that part. And then as you move down, you can also see there's nothing there. And as you move along, you start to see a border that comes in, and that would be the part where, when it's tucked in, when you kick out, that's the part you'd see. So as it's the sari once round once your body once, you'll start to see these patterns forming. The whole sari is absolutely stunning, it really is. And because it's got a net piece as you move along, all this beautiful work that forms the second wrap around becomes visible once the net, which is attached here, goes on it. So I can't wait to wear this. I think this is very much a Garba sari, sari for Navratri, sari for Wembley. It's a Lenga sari, so you don't wear it the traditional way. I'm going to wear it a bit more flared out and Janyatoli style. I'll do a tutorial on that. But yeah, I'm going to go off and get this blouse made now, and I will be back a bit later. I do recommend that the blouse piece here is cut out and not left in the sari. Some people who are a little bit bigger waisted do say that having that extra piece in the sari helps the sari, you know, wrap around nicely around their waist and their body, but you know, it can make the sari look a lot bulky. I do appreciate some people need to attach more material in, but I mean, if this border was to show through, then it wouldn't look right. So don't ever leave the sari blouse attached to the main sari, because it can show through. Okay, so before I show the blouse, I just wanted to say that the sari itself isn't a proper Lenga sari. I had bought it thinking it was, because when I was there at Contemporary Collections I was trying on a lot of the Lenga saris, and in the end I think there was 3 that I really liked. 2 were the proper panelled Lenga saris and this one. I liked the colour of this one, but I loved the panel, so the lady showed me how to wear it like a Lenga sari. So that's why I keep referring it to as a Lenga sari. This is the blouse that was made for me, using the sleeves that were on the material, the main part of the blouse. The front is quite plain, but it is a back fastening blouse, just because of the ornate work, and you know, I wanted it to look more like a jolly than a sari blouse. So you know, the blouse is made like this, and obviously I always go for the strings here because it helps keep the sari on the shoulders and stop it from falling down and making me feel uncomfortable. Really good quality work of PREMILA's. I had the blouse made at another lady who is also based in Harrow. Her name's PREMILA, and you know, I took it there to have them made along with the others as well. And you know, she got them. She took them to India, had them made, and I was really happy with the fitting and everything. So you can see from the picture that I wore it the normal Dakshini way. It was just too much to faff around with putting it on the Rashi way, because I had too many people to get ready. I had my daughter, my mum, my sisters and my sister-in-law, and there was just there wasn't enough time, even though I was probably up from about 4 o'clock in the morning. And we didn't get to the venue till about 11 o'clock. There was just so much going on. We had Jito, who's part of my hairstyling team. She came to do her hair as well, but there was just way too much to do, so I didn't get to wear it the Rashi way. But my sister's got a sari that is a you know, a Lenga sari, so I will try and nick that off her if she lets me and do a tutorial with it. But in a way it's good that I do it both ways, so you can see how to do it with a proper Lenga sari and one that isn't, but make it look like one. So I think that might be useful. But I really loved wearing the sari. I just think that Contemporary Collections have a really lovely range of saris for next to nothing really. And I don't think, you know, for a long time I'm going to be buying saris. I'm not going to buy them anyway. I've got nothing to wear them to. But if I did, then I will definitely go back to Contemporary Collections or someone who sells from the home, as opposed to the shop, because you really can see savings there. I will put details of the supplier for the saris in the box below. She doesn't know I'm doing this video. I'm not sponsored by her, you know, I'm just doing it because I think it's such good value, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.